first of all, you're too good looking to be a comedian.
Oh, well, let's save that for the radio.
What happened here that you got into comedy when you could be modeling?
Oh, I don't know. I think I tried modeling and no one picked me up. So I thought, okay, I'm kind of funny. I should pursue that. That's really what happened.
Where along the line did you say, okay, I got it? Did you just have a lot of guys that were following you, or what was the scoop?
What do you mean?
In other words, how did you get the attention of people? I mean, it's like, when did you decide?
Oh, to be a stand-up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually here with my sorority sister who I met in college. And my favorite thing in college was like reenacting what happened at the night before. And I would and people would literally be like, the girls would be like, oh, I missed breakfast, Friday morning breakfast I missed with Heather, because I would go, oh, this is what happened at the fraternity house and this person did this. And I would like act out these like funny, almost like stand-up acts. And I didn't really realize it. And as we were getting close to graduating, I was like, I just want my life to be this, just making fun of people. And so I was
so my kind of person.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to do at first because I got this really boring job, and then the boring job fired me, which was great because I was awful at it. And so then I started, but at like 23, then I started pursuing stand up, and I went to the Groundlings Theater, which is like a lot of SNL people come from there. It's sketch and improv, and started to pursue it. But like I knew I was always funny. I would imitate my teachers in high school, but I also didn't know like how to be funny if the person didn't know who I was talking about. So that's like how this, like some people say, oh, you can't learn comedy, but you can learn like tools if you're naturally funny. You have to be funny. If no one's ever laughed at you at a cocktail party, don't try to be a stand-up. I mean, but there is a little bit of a science to it too, to make your jokes better and everything.
What would that science be?
Just like I definitely think you can like study it, and the more you see it, and the more like if you are someone who's interested in stand up, I would say like go to stand up shows, get in a class of some sort, whether it's improv or whatever. Read comedy, watch, and you'll start to kind of get the rhythm of like what makes people funny and how characters are unique. And
are you the type of person that goes into a mall and you pretty much reenact the beginning part of Baby Got Back? Oh my God, look at her. Are you a people watcher?
Yeah, well, because I imitate people really well. Sweet. And so I do impressions and everything. So like I will pick up stuff that somebody else wouldn't pick up. And the other day when I was working, I work, on Chelsea, and I was with Chelsea Handler, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, let me just imitate our director for a minute. Cause I'm like, and she goes, you know what? Actually, don't do that. She goes, because then I noticed their little, what is that word? Like their little twerks or whatever. And she goes, and then it'll annoy me. So don't point them out. Because she's like, you do stuff, and I never noticed that about the person. Now that you like imitated them, now she notices what's annoying about them.
Chelsea in your voice right now.
Yeah.
she's got that style about it. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
How much of that is an act?
None. No, she will come into our writers' meetings. She will, say that she likes your outfit or she doesn't. If she doesn't like your outfit, sometimes I'll just have like clothes brought to me from her stylist like later in the day because she can't stand like my shoes.
Are you kidding?
No. So then there were times where I'd purposely start to dress ugly because I would get like some fabulous new outfit for free. And I mean, that's pretty nice. And, but no, she'll throw food at people in the morning. She'll just act the same way.
But that is so what we thought radio was going to be.
Yeah.
You have these free food all the time. You can wear ugly clothes, though, in radio.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's great. Have you ever tried to go that route?
Radio?
Yeah.
I love doing radio. Yeah, I would love it. Yeah,
Would you say 4 in a row without talk and then just go, what am I going to do for 4 songs in a row?
Yes. Yeah, that'd be nice. I would love it. Yeah. No, it would be great.
Where'd you grow up at?
Woodland Hills, which is just outside of LA in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh, so how come I'm not hearing you vocal frying?
I think I do talk like a Valley girl. My husband says I say like all the time. I say like all the time. And yeah, I'm a Valley girl for sure.
So
born and bred.
It got a little steamy in the Valley when you'd be out there, and then you just thought, what the hell?
Well, growing up in the Valley, I was like, I didn't want to be an actress or anything because everybody was so jaded. Like 6-year-old kids would be like, well, a lot of pilots don't get picked up. Good luck, sugar. It was just very, so I was like, I don't want to be a waitress at 27 and I don't want to waste my expensive USC education. But then once I graduated, I'm like, life is long and you should do something you really, really like. Mm-hmm. And I get people that ask my advice on things like getting into the business, and people were so discouraging to me, like, oh my God, it's so hard and it's a guy's world. And so I never want to do that. And I tell the young people, like, just really do it, pursue it, be open to things, but you have to be hungry too. Like when people Facebook me and are like, right. I want to get in the business. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll even get your coffee. LOL. Well, that's not a resume and that's not an application. So it's like, no. And I hope to God you'd get my coffee. Like that's a big thing, like this generation is really lazy.
Let's just say somebody came up to you and said, man, I got the perfect job for you, man. They need to beef up the Getty. I need you to walk around the Getty and make fun of people. Would you do something like that?
I don't want to make fun of people
or
per
make
se.
Fun of life.
Like that? I can make fun of like celebrities and stuff if I feel like they're being ridiculous. Right. But like just average people that aren't being a-holes. No, I don't want to just make fun of.
So who's
what
being
they're
ridiculous
wearing
right now on the news? Outside of Robin Williams on that show last night, which everybody's going, brilliant, brilliant. I'm going, what did I miss?
I didn't see it. Yeah. It's amazing though. Like, all the shows coming out, like, and Michael J. Fox came back and good for them. I don't know. I mean,
that was Valley Girl. That was hot. Oh. That was it. It did come out. Nice. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't know.
That was cool.
What did you ask me? Oh, what's going on in the news? I don't know.
Who's being weird in the business now?
Would you hear about the whole Kanye West Kimmel fight? Yeah. I mean, he has to lighten up a little, I think, for sure. He's got to get in with the Kardashians and follow Mama Jenner, which is you take lemons and you turn into lemonade and you keep your blinders on. You don't care what people say. He's like way too sensitive. And in turn, it's like he's becoming a joke and he shouldn't be. That's my advice to him.
Especially when you listen to the lyrics of his new album and all that stuff. So
he's got a lot of self-confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence when you're, comparing yourself to God and Jesus and everything. That's a lot. That's a little bit much. And you got to expect that people are going to make fun of you when you do that.
Now, when you were talking about being a comedian underground, physically, because I've never been in that direction, what is underground? Because when you go to the Comedy Zone here in Charlotte, you kind of go underground.
What do you mean underground?
In other words, when you first started out, underground.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
what is that? Those are the smaller clubs you're performing. What?
Oh, you mean Groundlings? Yeah. Is that what you're talking?
Okay.
Oh, Groundlings. No, Groundlings is a theater group. Okay. That's the name of the theater group, and it's like a lot of SNL people: Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer and Cheryl Hines and Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. They all came from there.
Mm-hmm. Would you go to SNL since they're looking for a lot of people right now?
Well, I'm that ship has sailed. I'm too old. I know I look amazing, but I have. I was supposed to audition. Yeah. I was supposed to fly out on a Monday. I was supposed to fly out. Yes, on a Monday, and no, on a Tuesday. And on that Monday, I did this pilot for MTV, and it got picked up. Yeah. And so they were like, "Now you can't audition." And then I was dating my husband, and then we got married, and I just didn't pursue trying to get on the show again after that because I had a stepdaughter, and I don't really have a huge. Now I could live in New York, but at the time, New York kind of scared me, and I don't understand how subways and stuff work, and that makes me nervous.
And if you drive out in LA, you can't drive in New York.
Yeah, no. And so, but now, I would do a New York job, but now I have 3 kids, so that would even be more difficult to do.
What's it like raising those kids with a funny mom? Do they ever go, "Mom, stop yelling at me, be funny"?
No, but they do say stop yelling at me. But I guess I do yell at them sometimes. And then
I'm inflecting. I'm not
and
yelling.
they're 13, 10, and 7. And my youngest will be like, I will from 7:15 to 7:40 be like, get your shoes on. Get your shoes. Could you please get your shoes on? Could you get your shoes on? Finally, I'm like, could you get your shoes on? Patience, please. Could you learn some patience, mother? Wow, you need to calm down. And I'm like, oh my God, these kids are driving me crazy. So, they're pretty fun. I mean, they have to deal with who I am. They don't enjoy my singing, which I think is awful because I think I have a great voice. Well, what can we sing? Anything we want on the radio? There's no
anything.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. That's one of my favorite songs,
Did you guys
Rihanna.
get the Celine Dion appeal there? Okay, you did.
I do everything a little Celine-ish and operatic. So, yeah, I can't
you
sing
do
any
Barbra
song.
Streisand too, then? Or?
No, not really. Memories. I just like to. I think I have an amazing voice. I think I am an incredible dancer.
In the shower? Because there's
a little bit.
reverb
Yes,
in that
yes.
shower.
I do like singing in the shower. Again, then my kids will come up and be like, "Stop singing in the shower," which is creepy because they're kind of too old to see me naked. You know what I mean? There comes a time when you're like, this is getting a little perverted. Like my younger son is a bit of a pervert. Like I came out of the shower the other day. I was in a row with my hair wet, and my son's like, "Why is your hair wet?" And I said, "Because I just took a shower." And he's like, "And were you naked in that shower?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was." Like, ew. And so yeah, he's a little perverted, but that's okay. Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to hide in Los Angeles? Do you go up to San Bernardino, or go down to San Bernardino, or do you go up to Santa Barbara? Or?
I love Santa Barbara. We just went camping with the Cub Scouts.
Really?
But I went at 9 in the morning and left at 9 that day. So everyone tells me that doesn't count as camping.
Wow.
I didn't spend the night, but it felt like a long day. So I said it was camping.
That's somebody who's buying or selling meth. That's when they hit it and then they're gone. That's
yeah. No, it was like a full Boy Scouts day, and so now my son is making me spend the night. I've got to take them. So my husband has to get me like a tent. I've never gone camping in my life. I've never spent the night in a tent. So I'm scared, but I think if I get it
out in California, just
of like a crappy night's sleep,
okay.
Yeah, so not like a bear is going to attack us. Like we're going to like the Palisades, which is like 30 minutes from my house, and like I go, are we camping like in a $4 million home? No, we're just going to find some campsite in the Palisades with the Boy Scouts and act like that's fun. But you have to do that for the kids.
Can you imagine how many stories you would tell around that campfire? I got to get out of here.
I mean, really. And then I'm like, God, it's really dark. I'm like, I guess that's what campfires are about, is that like there's no like outdoor lighting.
Plus you stink.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a shower. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Well, the place we went is like glamping. I guess there was like full brand new showers and everything. And everyone said that's not camping either. I'm like, well, yeah. You know what glamping is? It's camping, glamorous camping. Get it? Cute.
Wow. And
yeah.
What kind of shoes would make Chelsea happy there?
Shoes?
Yeah.
She's no camper either. Let's be honest. Like she's definitely her idea of camping is probably like a Hyatt or something.
How do you prepare to go on that show? I don't want to talk about Chelsea. I want to talk about you. I want to know how you prepare, because she's off the wall. So you've got to be able to act and react immediately. I mean,
prepare. I just really try to listen, because too many times you'll know the topics and you'll write your thoughts or your jokes, and the best way to do well is just to like be in the moment and really listen to the other comics and not necessarily be set on your joke that you kind of thought about possibly saying, because sometimes someone will say something similar, or and that's how people do really well, because we have new people all the time, and some people do great and some people struggle with that.
Do you struggle?
No, I'm amazing. But I have had shows that are like not great. Like everybody has like a round table that they're like, that wasn't my best, but oh well.
Yeah, but what? 10% of your best is, 10% of your best is still way better than anybody else.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Thank you.
Because you can relate with people and stuff like that. And that's what I've always liked about you, is the way that you can do that. And you kind of bring that. I always say that you have to have a dick, a dork, and a deer. Mm-hmm. And you can switch those characters.
A dick?
A dork and a deer.
Oh.
To have success. You never heard that?
No, I haven't. Is that a Southern thing?
No, it's a radio thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to have somebody.
Well, who's the dick?
Well, you have to. Sometimes Chelsea can go, hey, and then the other two players will have to go. So you got to be able to switch characters, and that's what's fun about you, is that you switch.
Yeah,
and you do it flawlessly.
Oh, thank you.
So now that I understand that the way that you look into people's lives and kind of have fun with them.
Well, like one time when I first started doing stand-up, I wrote this joke about Star 69. Remember that used to be on the phone?
Oh, yeah.
And, I wrote a joke about, a sexual innuendo joke about it. And it was like a good joke in my act. And this guy had a similar themed joke. And I saw him do it. And I said, I just want you to know I do a Star 69 joke too. You weren't here to see my act. He goes, oh, that's fine. And then he went around and told everybody that I had stolen his material.
Aww.
And I had never even cheated on a test in my life. So I'm like, can I show the comedy owner my notebook about how I came up with this bit? And then and then he comes up to me before a big show and he's like, just cut it out of your act. Just cut it out of your act. You have other stuff. Just don't stop doing it. I'm like, God, it's just a Star 69 bit. And so then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about my life because a lot of people come up with similar themed jokes and similar topics. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they copied you or stole it. And sometimes it'll make you sick. Like all of a sudden we'll be watching a TV show and my husband will go, oh, that they kind of did your bit on Modern Family or whatever. Oh. And I'm like, so what? Like, so what? I can't get upset about it. No, I'm not saying someone saw me do it. It's just like, but if you talk about your life, then it can always be fresh and someone really can't steal it. I mean, a guy can't go up and talk about his husband and his 3 kids. I mean, maybe now you can, but I'm just saying, I mean, they're not going to be talking, they can't steal my bits about my kids.
How are you not writing TV shows?
I wrote a pilot for Fox, and but it didn't go. And so now I'm probably going to try to sell a similar themed idea again based on my life. But I mean, it's hard I can only do so much working on Chelsea full time, and I really do love doing that. Yeah. So it's like some things I just have to go, I can't, because if I get too overwhelmed, like when I was writing the books, that was really hard. Like my husband would have to take the kids to skiing for the weekend, and I'd not leave my house for 3 days and try to write as many pages as possible. Mm-hmm. But I was really glad I accomplished it. But it was, it's hard to do.
And as that writer, when your hands are on that keyboard and you're in that zone and somebody walks in, what's the first thing you want to say to them?
I love to be interrupted, first of all, because I'm a procrastinator.
Are you kidding?
No, I don't mind at all.
Wow.
That's why everyone had to leave.
Oh, so
that I could actually get it done. Because every time my kids would come in and stuff, it wouldn't. I mean, if I have a super deadline, then maybe I'm like, okay, you got to stop coming in. But I'm yeah. I'll start cleaning the house. I'll do anything to avoid. But once I get going, going on a story, then I really love it. Then I really enjoy the process. But it's like just turning on the computer. I procrastinate about doing that.
Do you write about romance? What do you write about?
I just write funny stories about my life and stuff, but I embellish them and maybe change characters or whatever. But yeah, I love writing the narrative stories in the book.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming by today. Comedy Zone this weekend, cltcomedyzone.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Thank you.